Hey, and welcome to another video on SINEE Global. Today we are going to focus on one of the most important things, I think, when it comes to keeping your listeners engaged, which is ear candy, textures, atmospheres, whatever you want to call it. It's these kinds of sounds that are the unsung heroes of techno, really, because they provide that backbone and glue, and also giving your main elements a place in the spotlight. We're going to start by recording the raw material for some of those sounds and then switch to Ableton, so let's dive in. So for the sampling process, I'm going to use some of my Rack modules today, but there are of course many different options for you to sample from without the need to get hardware. And I'm going to show you later on in this video how to get the exact sound of this module right here in your DAW for free. So this module is a noise generator and it has 30 different algorithms. You can switch between them with this dial. And these noises can be further modified with these parameters over here. Let's listen to a few of those. I'm gonna stick with this one for today. The module also has a filter, two of them actually, because these two voices are identical. And I'm gonna use the low pass filter just to tame a little bit of the harsh top end. Then I go through this filter right here, which has a mode which sounds very similar to a phaser, but with a rather unique sound. So let's record some raw material that we can use in Ableton. Nice, I'm gonna record one more sound, so something a bit more tonal and drony to layer with the noise, and it's gonna be from this oscillator right here, which sounds a bit crazy and can get very dirty indeed. I'm just gonna wiggle a few of these parameters here and see what we come up with. Cool, let's switch to Ableton. So here are my recordings. Let's get into a bit of processing. I started with a bit of sidechaining to give the noises a breathing effect. And I also used one of my favorite Max for Live filters, which is called Slink. And some of you might already know this from my last video on Max for Live devices, which of course you can check out after watching this one. So this sounds nice already, we have some movement going on. Then I used a little bit of EQ to place everything in the area of the mix where it belongs, which in our case is the high mid area. And let's place these textures even more in the back of the mix by adding some reverb and delay on both of them. Because again, they're meant to enhance your track by providing a bed of sorts. And lastly, the extra fun part, which is modulation. I used an LFO mapped to the volume on this utility device here. And I did this on both of my textures. Let's see the other one real quick. You can see the same thing going on here, just with a slightly different LFO rate. And I did this to let them weave in and out of each other So sometimes the noise is more audible than the drone and vice versa. So let's listen to everything. Very nice movement in my opinion, and let's add some drums and check out how they sound in context. Cool. I like how that really fills the frequency spectrum and gives the whole track a full appearance, even though we're not using that many elements yet. And a little extra tip regarding noises, they're great for building tension. So let's pretend I'm leading up to some sort of mini break, and let's disengage the LFO for this and use only one of those tracks. And I need something with a bit of impact when the drums are kicking back in, without letting the whole thing sound too cheesy. So we can easily achieve that by letting the noise live more in the background and raising it up for the break. So it's just a simple volume automation, and there's not really that much to it, but very effective. And you don't even have to mess around with finding other plugins or look for fancy effects in your sample library, because you already have the tools for the job within your project. They're just waiting for the moment. So I promised to show you a way to get the exact sound of the noise plethora module within your DAW, and here it is. It's called VCV Rack. It's a completely free of charge virtual modular system, and quite a few of the big brands in Eurorack decided to make their modules available in virtual form as well. Some of them are paid, but lucky for us, the noise plethora comes as a free plugin within VCV, and you can resample it just the way I did it earlier with the hardware. All the parameters are here. You can use tons of CV modulation, of course. There's also a paid version of VCV Rack that you can use as a plugin within your DAW, but even the free version has a way of resampling it through a built-in bridge device, so you can just choose whatever your audio device is, route it into Ableton or your preferred DAW of choice, and then go ahead, go nuts, and sample away. So I hope you found this useful. Have fun trying out all these noises. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care.